Fast, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thank you very much for joining us. We are live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom on this special day of giving as part of our Fox 12 Hunger Free Project, where we're asking for donations for the Oregon Food Bank to help distribute food to those who really, truly need it. And we've been joined by our own Spencer Schott out there in Tillamook here throughout the afternoon, talking about this, one of those big distribution centers there to really, as I mentioned, getting it out into the neighborhoods and communities of the people who really need this help.
Yeah, Greg, that's right. We're in the warehouse here in Tillamook. This is one of the Tillamook branch of the Oregon Food Bank. As you can see behind me, there are stacks and pallets of food that has been donated to the food bank, and then that will later be distributed out to the different food pantries in the area. I believe there are 8 different food pantries in Tillamook County. And so to talk about where that food is going, we are joined with the Tillamook Regional Manager of the Oregon Food Bank. This is Julie Wenzel. Hi. So, Julie, tell us a little bit about, we got a delivery this morning. Tell us what was on that delivery, where it came from, and where it goes from here.
Yeah, we get a truck every week from the Portland warehouse of Oregon Food Bank that brings most of the food that we're sending out the door. And that's going to be a huge variety of different food products. We saw some frozen meat coming off of there. We saw fresh produce, a lot of shelf-stable items as well. And then we distribute those across those 8 pantries that you mentioned. We also have a couple of hot meal sites where folks can go get a prepared meal. And then we partner with a number of different agencies across the county as well, in the schools and in other, community buildings to have some other food access sites as well.
So this warehouse, it's not where people come pick up food. It might be a place where they drop off, but if someone does come here, what do you tell them if they are looking for a resource?
Yeah, we direct folks to our pantries as much as possible. As you can see, everything is, in a big pallet. We have forklifts driving around in here, so we don't encourage foot traffic. But if someone were to show up here, of course, we make sure that they have the food they need. And then we direct them to those food pantries that are much more set up in the long term to make sure folks actually have, the right proportion of different food groups in their food boxes they're able to take home.
Gotcha, a little bit more planned out versus grabbing a couple of things here and there for them. And so what is that website for the folks watching at home if they are unsure or if this is their first time experiencing food insecurity? What is the website? Where can they look to find a pantry near them?
They can go to OregonFoodFinder.org, and that's going to have all the food pantries and meal sites. And that's
someone who might be
the food pantries are there for you. We will ask you for some really basic information, but you can also choose to attend anonymously if you're uncomfortable sharing your information. So please don't let any of those details stop you from accessing food. And I do want to stress that as much as this is a really challenging moment, the pantries do still have food and they are still operating. So I don't want folks to panic that we do have resources available. We're doing our best to keep them up and running and full of the food that people need.
And one of the ways that we are trying to keep food on the shelves, not only here at the warehouse, but at the different food pantries, the 8 here in Tillamook County, the countless other ones all across the state, we are holding an emergency food drive here at Fox 12. The QR code on your screen, if you scan it, that will direct you to a link where you can make a monetary donation. We've seen a couple physical donations here, online local partnerships dropping off food, a couple folks donating money as well. And you mentioned earlier that the money goes a little bit farther than if someone was to drop off a bag of canned goods.
That's right.
So how does that work?
We're able to buy in really large quantities, so our money just goes a lot further. We're able to look out for, good deals or purchase things that brands or farms have surplus of. So we're really strategically positioned to make your dollars go a lot further. We can also make sure that we are bringing in a variety of food products so that folks have nutritionally balanced food available to them as opposed to just relying on donations, which we appreciate, but we want to make sure we're not just handing out ramen or green beans and make sure people have the variety that they need.
A good balanced meal makes for a good balanced home.
That's right.
And so for the folks who are at home donating, we've gotten a couple of donations at the door. As of 2 o'clock this afternoon, we raised $45,000. What was your reaction to that number?
We're just so overwhelmed with support. It's been a really challenging moment, but also so emotional, frankly, to see how much our community cares and how much everyone really understands the importance of everyone having access to food and being able to feed their families.
Definitely. So again, if you have the ability to donate, we encourage you to scan that QR code that is on your screen. All the money that you donate stays in Oregon, stays in the Oregon community, and it gets help distributing food to folks through the Oregon Food Bank. So anything else you'd like to add?
Just again, so grateful for everyone's support. And, this is a really challenging moment in the middle of a number of challenging moments around food insecurity. And so the more support we receive from you, the better we're able to provide for our communities ongoingly.
Perfect. Well, Julie, thank you for the work that you do, and we'll send it back to you in the studio, Greg.
All right, thanks so much, Spencer, and thanks to everybody, too, for all of your donations that you've been sending in for this, for what we've been doing here throughout the day, and we really appreciate it. We'll be talking about this throughout the rest of the day as well. We've got, some more time left here in Fox 12 Now. We've got another half hour, so we'll check in with Spencer again here in just a little bit. But for now, we're going to go to a break, but I want to just pull this up one more time here for you, just to see this QR code to make sure you know how you can donate and participate in this, because as Julie and Spencer were just talking about it, ultimately, this is a time of need on top of a time of need, and it's people in your community, in your neighborhoods, people that are needing help, and this is one way we can do that, and a great way to do it through the Oregon Food Bank, as Julie was mentioning, is just that they know what they need, where to get it, where to get the best deals. So that's why the dollars are a great help for them to negotiate that and get the most they can for each penny that's spent on this. So there we go. So there's the QR code. We're going to do this. We're going to, as I mentioned, we're going to take a break. Fox 12 Now starts at 1 o'clock. Each day we go throughout the afternoon, covered a wide range of things. One thing we've touched on, but we're going to find out a little bit more about, is that it is a first alert weather day. So Mark Nelson's going to be joining me. So if you're watching on our Fox 12 Oregon app, one of the best ways to watch us, actually, I'd recommend downloading that for whatever platform you are on. You're going to see a break, and then we'll come back. If you're watching on YouTube, if you haven't watched this, thanks for doing that as well. But great time to take a look at the Fox 12 Oregon app. So whether it's on your phone,